US and other countries, and JEF is very important, yeah.
Why do you think that so many world leaders are now today in Moscow?
There are many leaders, but there are many leaders that are not there today. And I think that's also important to comment on. I think it's important that we show that history shouldn't be remembered in this way, in my view. This is not a day that should be remembered in Russia in this way. It's not mine to comment on what other politicians are doing in other states. Obviously, there's a reason why Icelanders are not there, why this group of nations that's here today is here discussing security in the north, in the Baltics, but not in Russia. So yes. I think Russia is isolated, and if there's any concern that Russia isn't, we should put our foot down even further. I think the comments yesterday from the President of the United States when it comes to possible sanctions going forward, if Russia does not go forward in respecting a 30-day ceasefire, is also important. So I do think there's been a lot of pressure, but we might have to increase it. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm here to support our 10 countries, our alliance within JEF, and to strengthen even better our transatlantic relationship. Yesterday was a very significant moment when we spoke with President Trump and President Zelensky, and we were discussing an issue of ceasefire which could last 30 days instead of some very not so significant ceasefire. And so we probably will be discussing today how we can support even more Ukraine. And those countries which are here in JEF has been really good allies, and JEF has proven themselves to be a very operative and very good alliance where we can help each other with some cable disruptions in Baltic Sea. We have been operating in a very high level, and we have been a good regional allies. So today as well, there will be some discussions of how we can even do better, and about next exercises, probably again about Ukraine, but as well JEF is a good format where we can be a platform for supporting Ukraine as we did yesterday. Thank you. It's very important, like we Baltic states and we as Latvian are spending 3.65% of our GDP for military and defense needs. As well, we are committed to support Ukraine, and we are giving them 0.25% for their military needs. It's very important that other countries are raising up their military expenditures, because then we are much stronger together, and we can show that we are really a strong alliance. Instead of just a discussion platform, we really can prove what we can do in practice. So we can help Ukraine better, we can help ourselves better, we can better build our deterrence.
Could Latvia send boots on the ground in Ukraine if there is a ceasefire?
We have decided that we can help them with training, and we have some training groups which we can support them with, as well as they are sending their people to Latvia. But we will support the military, but we have not yet decided about troops. That's a question we probably will discuss today as well. As you know, it will give them more opportunities to participate in the trainings we are giving to intelligence and to services, how we share our information. It will be a good platform for them as well to participate and to prepare their army, their people for anything they need. I think that will give a good opportunity.
Prime Minister, right now the Red Army is marching on the Red Square. The Russians occupied also Latvia after the Second World War. What is your message to the world? How we can stop Mr. Putin? He would like to do that again, re-establish the power of the Soviet Union.
We are independent countries. We have gained our independence. We really cherish international law and sovereignty of countries, but if we work together as alliances within EU, NATO, JEF, we are much stronger than Putin. If we take together all the countries which work within NATO, we have much bigger GDP, much bigger abilities of military, and we have boosted up our military industry within these 2 years, more than probably Russia has expected. So we are strong together, and I believe in strong alliances. Thank you so much.
Good morning. Lithuania is also very positive about JEF format because we think it is flexible, it is open-minded, and it unites the countries which are like-minded. We have to take much more seriously our defense issues, and all the countries on board are ready to increase the defense spending to support Ukraine, and of course take care of the security and safety of our borders. Many of the JEF countries have the borders with adversary states. Very important element for JEF, a new element for JEF, is enhanced partnership with our friend Ukraine. I think it will be beneficial from both sides. First of all, we will support Ukraine in making their armed forces and increase interoperability of armed forces of Ukraine. On the other hand, we will receive the experience which was accumulated by Ukraine during this bloody war years, 3 years of war, in modern warfare, in protection of critical infrastructure. I think we have much to learn from Ukrainian perspective. Coming back to the general issue of security and defense of Euro-Atlantic alliance, of course, it's very important to support Ukraine because the fate of Ukraine actually is the fate of our own security. And if Putin will succeed in Ukraine, next Monday he will stand at our door. So this is the reason why my country, Lithuania, is taking additional efforts to increase the defense spending. And this year, our defense spending will be 4% of GDP. Next year, it will be increased up to 5.25%, and we will keep the defense spending in the range between 5 and 6%, at least until 2030. This is why this is understandable, because we realize that our security is very important, and we are very vulnerable, being and having common border with two adversary states, Belarus and Russian Federation. Next element, of course, it's a very important element, is keeping the focus of United States in Europe. Lithuania itself has about 1,000 American soldiers on ground, and we are able and we are ready, politically committed, to see this number increasing, and we will take all the necessary additional financial burden on ourselves in order to have this visible presence of United States soldiers. But not only that. As you know, according to with the agreement with Germany, we will welcome full-size German brigade in Lithuania until 2027. And we are ready to do all the necessary homework to build infrastructure, accommodation facilities, etc., in order to be able to welcome and to German soldiers, and of course to guarantee all the best conditions for them to train, to live, and to increase their professionalism. So that's it from my side.
The increasing of the defense spending, as you portray here, is that an example you think other NATO countries should follow?
Well, it's a good question. I think this example already works, because we see that our neighbors are doing the same. And of course, there will always be the question of proximity with the adversary states and correlation between this proximity and defense spending. Because the countries which are 3,000 or 4,000 kilometers aside or from Russian Federation probably will see this problem a little bit differently. But our country is ready. Our country wants to lead by example. And we have quite strong support of our society, and they support our efforts to increase the spending because they understand. We live in this geopolitical and geographic location, and we have to take the decisions which are needed not tomorrow, today.
Could JEF countries send troops to Ukraine if there is a ceasefire?
Well, I think we should discuss this issue in broader context, and we are talking about the coalition of willing. My country and myself personally, we expressed our willingness and our commitment to send infantry group of soldiers and also some naval capabilities to the Black Sea if it will be needed. And I hope very much that we will find all the necessary solutions in order to make this willing coalition and presence of European troops in Ukraine visible and possible. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Today it's a very important day, and the contrast could not be bigger. On the one hand, there is Russia having a big event projecting imperialism. And today we here are coming together with allies and friends to strengthen freedom in Europe. For me, in this meeting today, there are three main priorities. One, of course, is Ukraine. We need to show as friends and strong supporters of Ukraine that we will continue our support to Ukraine, that our support is unwavering, and that we will step up and scale up our support. And at the same time, of course, we want to contribute to a lasting and a right peace. And it was good that yesterday there has been a call with President Trump and also President Zelensky to make further progress on this. And I hope that we can further work on this also today. Second, we will, of course, talk about regional security. We, as 10 countries, are facing similar challenges, similar security threats when it comes, for example, to espionage, sabotage, hybrid attacks on our critical infrastructure. I think there is a lot that we can do and much more that we can do in exchanging ideas, in exchanging measures in order to defend ourselves against these hybrid threats. So that's something that we will discuss today. And third, of course, we are as the Netherlands, we are busy in preparation for the NATO summit that is coming at the end of June. It's already within 2 months. And today it's also, I think, an important event to get aligned between 10 countries in preparation for the NATO summit and to set the priorities for this historic event.
Sir, you mentioned espionage. Ukraine has dismantled a Hungarian spy network that was spying on its defense structures. What is your reaction, and should there be any consequences for the EU?
So, as you know, when it comes to these type of activities, intelligence activities or any spy networks that are dismantled or that are detected, I'm always very hesitant to do any official announcement on this. And that's not because I don't want to inform the press or I don't want to inform our population, but I don't want to inform Russia about what we know and about our intelligence position. So maybe it's possible to comment on this later, but at this point I cannot make any official announcements.
Mr. Prime Minister, the Netherlands has deployed fighter jets to Ukraine. What about boots on the ground or planes in the air after the ceasefire? Thank you.
First of all, thank you for the compliment, because I'm just Minister of Defense, but I take this as a compliment. No worries. So first of all, I think it's very good that we delivered almost all our 24 F-16s to Ukraine. Yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I was in Romania, where we set up a training center for Ukrainian pilots, and it was also very good to see that there was a new group of Ukrainian pilots that are now being trained in order to protect Ukrainian skies. When it comes to our involvement in any type of European mission in Ukraine, I think this is also part of the discussion that we should have today, because military plans have been made. but there need to be some discussions about for example, on the political side of this, and also about the specific mandate of this mission, and also how it connects to any peace talks that are taking place. So there are still some questions unanswered, and I hope that we can make further progress on this.
What is your attitude? Positive or negative? Siinä siis Hollannin puolustusministeri tiedosta poiketen paikalla ei ollut pääministeri, vaan Hollannin puolustusministeri.
Good morning. It's great to be back in Oslo. We had a fantastic jog this morning, me and President Alexander Stubb around Oslo. Fantastic. Today we will obviously discuss the road towards the Hague meeting, the need to increase our defense spendings and to unite on that in a rapid road to a stronger European NATO defense capabilities. We will continue our discussions from last night on Ukraine. We had a good discussion on telephone conversation, first with President Trump and thereafter with President Zelensky. I think we really stressed and underlined the need for these 30 days of ceasefire to be able to reach a fair and long-lasting peace. And finally, this format, JEF, it is important in itself. We are well-trained forces prepared to do expeditionary missions in our part of the world. So I really look forward to today's discussions. I think I'll do that in Swedish, honestly. So. Nej, det här är allvarligt. Att undanhålla information som hade varit avgörande för en säkerhetsprövning, det är ju som alla förstår allvarligt. Så att det är en självklar slutsats att han inte kan ha det jobbet. Jag beklagar situationen, men det är allvarligt det som har skett.
Vad ser dig om skrivningen som pågår?
En i taget. Det är en. I den här situationen så är det han själv som har undanlåtit att ge den information som skulle ha kommit fram i noggranna säkerhetssamtal. Det är det som har hänt i det här fallet. Och den informationen fick vi omedelbart efteråt då han stängdes av från det arbetet i väntan på ny säkerhetsprövning. Valde sen själv att berätta att han har undanhållit informationen och har lämnat sitt arbete. Men jag ser mycket allvarligt på detta. Det här får inte hända. Det här är ju en person som har haft säkerhetskänsliga uppgifter för den svenska regeringen i många år. Det här är information som borde ha framkommit för mycket länge sedan. Det här är gamla bilder, det är gammal information. Det är ett systemmisslyckande att sån här information inte kommer fram. Det har vi skäl att titta på. Men vi pratar om flera år tillbaka i tiden som det här borde ha framkommit. Tack till ni ha.
Well, it's very good to be back here in Norway for this really important meeting with JEF allies. And I think events of the last few months show that we're living in an ever more unstable world, and to have allies like this coming together, an agile group of colleagues, to discuss issues of defence, cooperation, coordination at this vital time is hugely important. So I'm very pleased to be here. Of course, Ukraine will be on the agenda first thing this morning, so I look forward to working with our colleagues here. It's an excellent group. Thank you.